when I had my miscarriage, I was desperate to find anyone who I could relate to. And I went on the internet and Googled different blog posts and message boards. And I just wanted to find someone who felt the same way I felt, who felt that despair and the hopelessness that I felt. And I found women that were really vocal about it. And it helped me so much. And so I made a decision that no matter how I felt, whether I was afraid or anxious, I was just going to do it and I was going to talk about it and hopefully it helped someone. I had always wanted to be a mum and then that was taken away from me. And getting a taste of something that you've wanted your whole life and then having that so quickly taken away is really hard to process, especially when you couple that with the feelings of guilt and shame and feeling like it was your fault.
If I can take you back to the moment when you discovered you were pregnant for the first time, can you remember those emotions?
Every single moment of it I can remember. I remember taking the test and running to my husband and my hand shaking and being just so overwhelmed, both of us crying. We were so excited to bring this baby into the world. And, I felt this sense of disbelief, like, oh my goodness, it's gonna happen for me. I can't believe it. I'm gonna be a mother. And so, going through the pregnancy, I didn't know what to expect. I was anxious, of course, because I had heard the statistics on miscarriage, but I just didn't think it would happen to me. I really didn't. I went in at around 10 and a half weeks and I got in there and she did the ultrasound and there was no flicker. And immediately I saw on the screen that it wasn't flashing and I knew that was what I had to look for. And that was the most crushing moment of my entire life. She put the microphone on and there was nothing, it was just silence. And so there was no flicker and there was no sound. And she was absolutely incredible. And she said to me, she held my hand through the whole thing. And she said, this happens so much. It was nothing that you did. And we should talk about your options. The next morning, I went in for the procedure and I was really numb. I still didn't really believe it was happening. And then as they were wheeling me back for the surgery, the orderlies and some of the nurses were talking about the kids and, I had to drop this kid off at school and this one's not doing their homework and this, that and the other. And of course, they were just having a normal conversation, but to me, it just compounded everything that I was feeling. And I just felt like, I'm going in here and they're about to take this baby out of me and I have to listen to these people talk about their beautiful lives with their families. So it was pretty crushing. And then coming out, I just remember waking up and sobbing because I just didn't, that was my first reaction. I would say the first month after the miscarriage, it was awful. And I really didn't see how I could come out of it. I felt truly depressed. I felt like a black cloud was hanging over me. And then as time went on and I started to sort of become more vocal about my experience, that really helped me because I realized how many women go through this and how many people are affected by this. And that helped me to heal.
Why do you think people don't talk about it?
I think a large part of the silence is associated with the shame and the guilt. I think historically it's been taboo to discuss miscarriage as if it's someone's fault. It's also, I think, I know personally, I felt embarrassed and I felt like I didn't want to share that with people because I was worried about what they might think about me. And, I very quickly got over that feeling. I would just love for it to be more socially acceptable to discuss it early and to share our stories. And I would love for women to feel less shame and guilt around miscarriage. I know that, Tahina has worked so hard to create this project that shows how many women really face this awful situation and go through it and that we're not alone. And I hoped that I can help encourage a conversation around miscarriage and encourage women to talk to whoever they want about it or not talk about it, but just to not feel ashamed, because there really isn't anything that we could have done to prevent it.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.